Thanks. Lots of red light runners. You always got to be careful. Just because your light is green doesn't mean they're gonna stop. You didn't push the button, guys. Look at that. Nice timing. Yep, so today was payday. These things do not come at a scheduled time and date. They come whenever I do a bunch of work and send out a bill. And then, you know, maybe there's a good chance it doesn't show up. I've been pretty lucky so far, but today is one of those days where a check shows up in the mail. There's been times where I haven't been paid for 2 or 3 months at a time, and then all of a sudden when it rains it pours. But sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's you know, desert-like conditions, and then you get a few drizzles here and there to keep you alive. And that's just the nature of the business. You try to learn how, if something's bad that's happening to you, you ask yourself, how do I prevent this bad thing from happening to me? And that's essentially business. And when you run a business, when you run services, that sort of thing, that's kind of how you have to behave. Because if you're not always analyzing your processes, your behaviors, how you look to the outside world, then you're never going to evolve and you're never going to make it. You're always constantly evaluating yourself and trying to make yourself better and trying to differentiate yourself, but not to the extent of being over the top or crazy. If you take YouTube motovloggers, for instance, a lot of the good ones that have a lot of subs, they don't do a whole lot of crazy things. They have interesting content, they're funny, they're witty, they got great personalities, their voices are nice to listen to, so they tend to have a lot of subscribers. But you find these other kind of, you know, let's call them bottom feeders, and you probably know who they are, or you've seen them. And if you agree with me, you probably don't subscribe to them. And if you disagree with me, you probably love this stuff. But they'll do anything to get subscribers. They'll break stuff. They'll commit basically crimes. And that's, you know, I'm not gonna try to say I don't watch those videos either. But then I'm always thinking, well, as long as they're not hurting anybody, it's okay. If it's, you know, late at night and they're doing whatever and it's not actually causing property damage, sure, whatever. But the ones that are breaking side mirrors off of cars, I get it. I've totally wanted to do that a few times because, hey, you almost killed me. The least I could do is, you know, show you my dissatisfaction with your actions, you know, that kind of thing. But really, I don't want to get arrested. I got way too much to lose. Maybe these kids don't have that much to lose because, well, they're kids and everything. And yeah, I got a life, so, you know, I'm not disagreeing with it. I'm not agreeing to it. I could care less, but it's an interesting thing what people try to do for attention. And it's high school. Most of these kids are either right out of high school, still in high school, I don't know. Super young kids that really don't know how the world works. But you know what I'll say about this? End of story. They have a lot of subscribers. They know how to do it. And again, that's pretty much what it comes down to. And if they can hold on to that without getting arrested or killed, more power to them. That's the thing about life, is you could disagree with somebody all you want, but when they're in a position of power and influence, and you disagree with them, well, they're obviously doing something right, whether you disagree with them or not, or you think they're immoral or whatever. They've figured something out that either you're not willing to go to that extent, and that's great for you as an individual, but yeah, they still have their status, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. That's just how society works, and you need to either play along or change the game. And a lot of times the people do the best when they change the game. You're dissatisfied with something. If you're dissatisfied with how the motovlogging community works and what drives views, do something else that is more interesting, or that gets people from outside the motovlogging community to get interested in your videos. I know a lot of people are trying to differentiate their videos to not just cover motovlogging or, you know, talking on a motorcycle, but you know, to expand or differentiate themselves, and that's awesome. Highly encourage that. I just started a new channel, and it's wildly successful. Not really, but you know, I'm getting a lot better than my first motovlogging videos, and that's just obviously because that channel has a wider demographic, and also I am able to leverage my other networks to my other social media networks and personal networks to promote those kinds of things. So with the motovlogging one, it's just interesting to me, for me to learn the ropes. Yeah, try to make something not fail miserably, fail miserably, fail miserably, fail miserably, fail miserably. Riding in the snow, riding in the snow. Yeah, I can ride in the snow. All you gotta do is just make sure you're going straight.